Also, the day one is finished. If you were not able to connect during the last week, don't worry. There will be all recordings available. So the first day was about fundamentals of innovations, and today will be day two. We will try to understand the process of innovation. So how you can manage the processes, and we will go in innovation house. We will understand what kind of innovation strategies we can create. Also about this company environment, this cultural structure that we need for more fruitful innovation results, and also in the end, how to assess these innovative companies and their capabilities. Yeah, that is a plan of the day. But next week, then we will go in the topic knowledge management and innovation processes. You will understand the roles of innovators in the companies. Also, we will try practically different kind of methods how to create new products and develop them, and some kind of tricks for knowledge management and innovation processes. So next time will be a really creative day. Then day four will be about innovation models and risks. So you understand different kind of models will be reached there, mechanics, process risks, and again some more methods for knowledge transfer. And the last day, day five, will be devoted for innovation ecosystem, so drivers of innovations, basic principles, where you can get the money for your innovations. So this is a plan for our next few days, but today it's really about fundamentals of innovation management as process. Yes, and we will start again with some short warm-up with some kind of innovation stories, because it's always good to see what's happening all around us, because that could be like inspiration also for your innovations. Maybe you will notice something good, but maybe you will notice what is missing in these innovation stories, and you will create these innovations. So let's see what kind of innovation stories I can share with you today. So you don't need to do anything. You just sit and relax and just watch what kind of innovations are created all around the world. So the first one, what I would like to share with you all, is new smartphone app uses augmented reality to treat fears of spiders. Yes, we can use augmented reality not only for the games and fun stuff, but for some kind of functional activities. So just find new ways how to use existing technologies to create new benefits for the customers, and there is innovation. And I have also highlighted in yellow the problem that these innovations are solving, because a lot of innovations are based really on the problems. So like problem solutions. In this case, I think the problem is clear, that there are these fears of spiders, so we need to overcome these fears. So persons providing innovation to solve that with augmented reality. Swimby, that's a story from Latvia. There are the team of ladies that has created idea that we can create the swimsuits out of these plastic wastes collected in the sea. So custom made, innovative story here. Very amazing team. So if you are interested in that, just type in Google Swimby and you will find a lot of interesting products that they are creating, because they are trying to really go to this zero waste. So they are creating these swimsuits, but from the waste they are creating scrunchies for hairs and other things. But the main thing, that the material is out of the plastic waste collected from the seas. Rice University researchers, what they have done here, they have created soft, flexible carbon nanofibers that turns t-shirts in smart heart rate monitors. Yes, the problem that they are solving, that not always these health care diagnostic tools are very comfortable, and they understand that, and that is reason they created something more comfortable. And coffee change, also a story from Latvia, from student innovation grant activities. Exactly. That is a team that creates different kind of products out of the coffee waste that they collect from offices, because there is a lot of coffee waste in bureaus, and so they could create a different kind of composite materials, and from those composite materials, new different kind of products. During the cancer treatment, there is a problem that people lose their hair. So there is a team that has created this wearable compression cap that helps for the patients during these chemotherapies to retain their hair. So pretty clear problem solution here with this innovation. A Roman, the story from Latvia, they discovered that there is millions of these plastic mannequins in the waste every year, so pretty large number. And so what they have decided that they will create these mannequins out of hemp. Yes, out of hemp. There are a lot of new products out of hemp created in Latvia, so that is some kind of trend, but it's not anymore the hot trend. I would like to say that it's going to the cold side at the moment, but yes, different kind of new products are created in such kind of way. There are a lot of people that try to become vegans, but maybe it is a little bit hard. So there is a middle step between that. The team, one of the teams has created a simple solution. There is a new product, 30% like meat, and 70% in that product is like this jackfruit. So, and it helps to reduce the meat intakes for the persons. And Chris Spalvinch, yes, student in Latvia, what he has discovered, that he could create the food for fishes out of the waste. Yes, so that is not the waste, but he says that is a fish food in his case. So very interesting things what's happening here. And we are going again somewhere else to the Manitoba. So they have created these first electric vehicle tundra buggies. So especially for tundra. So they reduce the environmental impact and helps tourism in that area. So again, a lot of benefits out of that innovation. And Brigitte Dalecka in Latvia, she tries to create different kind of solutions, how to clean the wastewater with mushrooms. And the main focus is how to clean the water out of antibiotics. So, and that's happening in Latvia. With mushrooms, we are cleaning the water. So, and Braille ebook concept makes online reading more accessible for all people, because there are several people with multiple disabilities. So maybe audiobooks are not like solution for them. Then there is a team that have created this ebook Braille reader. And again, story about something related with environment solutions, because different kinds of sustainable solutions are hot at the moment. There is a startup that grows plants in the salt degraded soils, so especially in such kind of fields. Yes, so we can see there are so many different kind of innovation stories all around you, and I hope that maybe after after 2 years, we can share your stories that you will be creating during student innovation grant activities and using different kind of funding that is available for innovation. But about the funding, we will talk in the last lecture in day number 5. So maybe you would like to share some innovation stories like for warm up. Maybe there's something so hot that you would like to share with others. Are there something? You can just unmute yourself and just share that innovation that you have catch during the last week, or you can write that in chat. I see that in the chat is now hot with some kind of greetings in a Women's Day. So thank you very much for the greetings. And I also share the greetings with everybody here today. Yes. And maybe you have some kind of innovation stories that you would like to share now, or you can keep those stories for later. Let's see. And maybe while you are thinking about some kind of innovation stories, we can go in the House of Innovations. We will open the doors of that house because the House of Innovation will show the full holistic view on this innovation process and infrastructure that we really need in our companies. And you will say it's nothing very horrifying. Those are the things that you can really implement, even if you are a very small company at the moment, or only the innovator with ID without any kind of company. But you can start to build your innovation house directly today. And how to do that, what you need to build. So before we start, I need to explain that innovation house just gives some kind of highlights where we should look at when we are creating innovation processes in our companies. And so innovation management is this process that helps to add value to products, processes, and business models. So from previous time, I hope that you remember that there are so many types of innovations: product, process, marketing, organizational innovations, and you can create all of them. And innovation management helps to boost all kinds of innovations. And the aim of innovation management is to successfully implement innovation. So all the parts of innovation house that you will see, the main aim of all of them together is to really create the successful infrastructure so you can succeed with your innovation. So you will be not alone with your ideas, but you have this backup. And now you can see your backup. That is A.T. Kearney House of Innovations. That is like a backup that you need to keep in your mind. So what is in infrastructure to get real innovative results? Because you can see the result output are these different kind of innovations. So innovation results are product, process, marketing, organizational innovations. But how to create these innovations? So there is this innovation house. Now you can see that at the top, innovation strategy. An innovation strategy includes vision, the strategical focus on innovations, implementation strategy of innovations. So a lot of strategical things. Later we will dig deeper and we will discuss, should we open the doors of our house or should we leave them closed for the strategy part? So you can start to think about that. Should we open the strategy doors or not? Then we go to the innovation organization and culture. That is the next step that we need to think about. And those are like how we are dividing roles in our teams. What will be this organizational structure? Because teams without the leaders, non-hierarchy is coming in the game. So we have a lot of opportunities there. And also we need to think about organizational culture and climate in organizations to really boost innovations. And then comes innovation, this life cycle. And we can divide this innovation life cycle in several process steps. It starts with ID management, then this product development, all the elements, and in the end, the launch. So that could be very simplified explanation of innovation processes: ID management, product development, all the processes, in the end, the launch of the product. And we need some kind of grounds for the innovation house and innovation processes. And there you can see all these management, project management, human resource management, IT management, knowledge management, all kinds of management that you can think about. If they focus on innovations, that will be like enabling factor for innovations. And then if you keep in mind and you support innovation life cycles, all elements, if you create this innovation organization and culture, innovation strategy, then as a result, from this picture, you understand you can wait for innovation results. Yeah. Let's dig deeper and open really the house's doors, and let's see how we can create these innovations. So the first part is innovation strategy on the top, the main thing. And is it really the document in all the companies? No, not all the companies have this separate book like this is innovation strategy. Yes, innovative companies, some of them has such kind of document, but many companies just include the part of the innovations in their main strategies. It's not like separate document, but in their some other documents. And I like this holistic view when we do not have the separate thing like innovation, but we incorporate in all the steps, in all activities, this innovation element. And that is very good, because then I think the organization becomes stronger. And this innovation strategy consists what is your mission, vision, and aims with your innovations. Because you understand there are not only business innovation, there are also social innovations. And there could be different aims for business innovations and social innovations. So, and you need to clarify what is your vision with your innovation strategy, what are the mission points, and maybe some kind of smaller short-term aims that you can reach to really establish that innovation strategy in a life. But yes, rarely this strategy is like separate document. And when we are talking about innovation strategy, we absolutely need to talk about, should we create this open innovation strategy or closed innovation strategy? Closed innovation strategy is like traditional way how we are doing things in-house. In-house, we close our doors, we create all the ideas, so we develop ideas internally, and then only maybe share these final results with others. But open innovation strategy means that we open the doors for also external knowledge, and we invite experts to help us, university students, and we create this wide ecosystem of open innovations. So how do you think, what is better, open innovation strategy or closed innovation strategy? In your opinion, what is better, to close your doors and do everything in secret and then show results, or you open the doors and involve wider crowd in innovation processes? What are your beliefs here? Open innovation strategy or closed? Just write maybe in the chat or unmute yourself and express your opinion. Open or closed? Just write that in chat. I would like to see what kind of crowd today is here, what kind of things you are supporting. So closed or open? Oh, Anna says closed innovations. Also, Christian, closed. Lillian says closed. Carolina says closed. Also, at the moment, 5 for closed innovations. So very interesting crowd here. Yanis says open innovations. Edith says open, but not fully open. Something should be kept as a secret. Very good, Edita. Yurita, I like closed strategy better. Anna says 50-50. Mary says open innovation is better because you can find help, but you need to keep some details in private. A very smart move there from Mary. Anna, I think it depends on the situation, but I think closed is better in the most situations. Good. I like that you start to express some explanations. Very good. Bonus points from my side to all of you. So Artem says closed for military and open for startup projects and crowdfunding. So you are dividing based on what kind of innovations we are creating. Also very good. And Alex says agreed with 50-50. It depends of ID and the team. Yes. What are my beliefs? I also somewhere in the middle. I believe that there is a right moment, the right innovations for both of their strategies, for open and closed. Yes, really, sometimes there are these very strategical projects where we have all the, how we can say, know it, all the knowledge. What we need is in our company. We have all the competences to develop our ideas. So there is no need really to involve others. But sometimes when we work with innovations, we don't have all the knowledge. We don't have all the resources. And in all days, in those situations, everybody will say, okay, let's stop the innovation process. We don't know that stuff. We don't have those resources. Let's stop innovation process. But with open innovation strategy, we open those opportunities. We can attract those knowledge that we are missing. We can attract those resources that we are missing. And with open innovations, such kind of missions impossible do not exist. So if you are missing something, maybe some other partners, stakeholders could provide that for you. So in those cases, I support the open innovations. And in the last 5 years, I have helped so many students with this open innovation approach, because students don't have a lot of resources. So in their new enterprises, we attract some partners, stakeholders that share really like physical, some kind of resources, facilities or something. And then students start to work in the higher level. So I will believe that 50-50. We need to look at the situation. Do we have all the knowledge what we need? Do we have all the competencies? But if we are missing something, then we can start about opening the doors and to get more ideas, to get more resources. And yes, during the last week, I have thought about open innovations a lot, because I at the moment I'm working on the chapter for a very good book for USA about open innovations. My article will be about artificial intelligence and human created ideas, human creativity, what is better and what is more ethical. So it's very interesting, because nowadays you can not only create ideas by yourselves as humans, but there are different kind of artificial intelligence solution that could create also the ideas for you. So very interesting topic. Yes, what's happening in the chat? Yes. If Anna says, if you have some kind of idea that has a real chance to blow up, it's better to keep it silent, to have a chance to keep patent and etc. Very good. If you are okay with sharing ideas and mass cooperating, then you are welcome to use Open One. Very good. I'm so proud. I see that there are also innovators on the other side, and I really like this mark about this intellectual property, because when we start to open the doors of the company, that becomes very tricky question. Or for example, when we crowdsourcing ideas, so where goes intellectual property rights? When we involve the partners, how we will share those intellectual property rights? So about intellectual property rights, everything is a much easier closed version, but I really like the open innovations, because so many new opportunities arising when we are involving different kind of mindsets, ideas, resources, and so on. But every time just evaluate these opportunities, what you can get with closed and open innovation strategy. Both are good, but based on the situations, as you have explained here, very good. Now we can go further, because innovation strategy is connected with innovation culture and organization. Because if our organization will be like this open innovation, strategy based organization, then there will be different cultural elements. But when it's closed, then maybe there could be different things what we are doing. But yes, while we are switching to the culture side, I just need to mention extra things about strategy. So the strategy is always very systematical procedure with support for all structures. So your structure should go in all activities. So innovations should be responsibility not only for one department, but innovation should be responsibility for all the departments. So that is a good thing for innovation strategies. So that is how it should be. But is it really like that in organizations? Not really, but you are raising stars here. We need to show the best what you can do. It should be also like a long-term approach, like infinitive process of innovations. It's not like, oh, our aim is to create this one innovative product and then we are done. Then we will close our doors and we will not create something else anymore. But real innovative companies are always on the wave. They are not like creating the product and then they are dropping down. No, innovative companies, yes, they create this startup stage, they grow, there is mature stage, and they do not go in decline. The innovative companies are smart. They have this long-term plan that in mature stage, they will find the new start. And then there comes the next wave, next wave, next wave. It's go up, up, up. And that's the reason why there is written the long-term strategies wise one. And one of the main activities and strategies should be mentioned innovation, but we understand that because the course is about innovation. So the main thing is innovation. And about this strategy, when we look at the resources, so when we use existing resources and the methods, if it to combine them to create some kind of new products, we call it traditional entrepreneurship. We just upgrade existing products. But when we try to apply new raising opportunities, maybe some kind of new resources, new approaches, new methods, then we can start to call it innovative enterprises, and the outcome could be new products. So all the time think about how to implement new things and how to use new methods, because it leads you closer to innovative entrepreneurship. But in the end of the lecture, we will talk more about what is an innovative company and what is not. And now we are in the innovation culture and this organization, how to organize that. Later, I will show you 3 preconditions that you need in your innovation culture. It will come after a short time period. At the moment, overall, the innovation culture is how you support your personal in company with like innovation strategy. But when it's this open innovation strategy, it's about this wider ecosystem culture innovations, and you are supporting also this external ID resource wider stakeholders. Then you need to also about this culture wider. And in this culture, we can include these different kind of initiatives to boost creativity, to provide extra opportunities to gain the knowledge. Maybe there could be also some kind of systems involved for ID sharing and experimentation, testing of ideas. You are supporting these innovation processes with your cultural elements. Maybe you will see in many organizations these very interesting office buildings with weird stuff going on that, but it is with the main aim to create this innovation culture in the environment, in physical environment as well, not only in the non-physical environment. Maybe you have some kind of ideas about innovation cultural elements that you have heard are very interesting. Previous time we talked about organizational innovation. So different kind of organizational innovation should be counted here in innovation culture. So what kind of innovation culture elements could you mention? Oh yes, that is very innovative culture. Some kind of elements. I heard that a very interesting story about this Pixar. They all really think about this innovation culture. For example, have you noticed that in the end titles, they always write not only the main stars of their movies, but all people involved in the activities that happen during the film creation process. So also the newborns are mentioned there, cleaning ladies. Everybody are in the end title. So that is innovation culture that you show we all are connected. We really appreciate your involvement in all the processes. So that kind of innovation cultural elements we need. So do you know any kind of innovation cultural elements? Maybe some kind of interesting environment elements in offices, maybe some kind of initiatives to boost this innovation spirit in employees. Do you have any kind of stories? Just write in the chat if you have any kind of stories to share, or if you are tired to write, just unmute yourself and just say if you have any kind of ideas to share. I see that someone is writing. While you are writing and sharing your ideas, what else? What kind of innovation culture elements we can mention here? We can mention, for example, these hierarchies or non-hierarchies in organizations. In some companies, a global company, there is a trend that employee could write whatever they want on their trading cards, And maybe Monday they are project managers, Tuesdays they will write that they are like lions of enterprises or something like that. And that's also some kind of innovation spirit that we show that there is possibility to express them like in a creative way. So I see that there are innovations coming. You are free to share all the innovation culture stories that you know. I see one very interesting story about Air Baltic company related to sustainability for current civil aviation in EU. Yes, very good. We can also connect innovation culture with more specific aims. Do you know that in Latvia, there will be mission innovations, and on the mission innovations the country will try to state their like competitive advantages. And the first mission for Latvia will be mission C, like sea, water, sea. And what we can expect from that, that there will be a lot of funding and support for different kind of innovations related with water, with sea, and such kind of things. So that is really what's happening, what will be very hot in the next few years. So if you will find any kind of innovation culture stories, you are free to share them. Oh, I found Eva. I've shared the story. I have heard that Tesla employees are constantly trained to push beyond the limits of their productivity and creativity. Yes, different kind of training activities to boost innovations, creativity, knowledge sharing, such kind of things. We can include innovation culture, exactly. But you feel the main message here that innovation culture is really to involve the employees, to open the employees or the external sources in open innovation cases and get all the knowledge, all the innovation ideas and support out of them. So very good. Thank you for sharing these innovation stories. And yes, for example, Mary says teachers having given opportunity to qualify better teaching by also attending new education courses. Exactly, that is also cultural. This innovation culture that we allow our employees, our participants to get that new knowledge that they could use practically. Exactly, very good. During the last years, I have been in so many wonderful seminars in learning courses, thanks to different kind of universities. So because universities are also thinking about this innovation culture. That's very good. Oh, Janis shared that Mother Cosmetics had internal innovation incubator. Yes. Also this entrepreneurship, not entrepreneurship, but entrepreneurship is very trendy nowadays, that we try to show that each of our employees are capable to create some kind of new products and innovations. Also in tech company, they have these innovation competition championships and such kind of things. So that is all about innovation culture. These all involving activities that really supports innovations. But not only the culture should be the only one that supports innovation, but overall all the management processes, all management processes are these enabling factors. So the human resource management should support innovations by hiring the right persons for innovations, or maybe they should give the opportunity to learn about innovations, creativity. That is other way how to do that. Project management. In project management, we can learn a lot of these innovation management methods, because Camper, Kanban, and other design thinking, all these things are coming from the project management, but they really helps for innovations to happen. IT management as well, because through IT we can get IDs managed even till the implementation and launch processes. There could be some kind of IT support. So you can see that all the management elements should focuses on innovations. Yes, and that is about innovation house. I hope that you saw that there is innovation house and how you can build it. You need to think about innovation strategy as a top. So that not always need to be like separate document, but you need to think about your vision of innovations, your mission of innovations, your aims of your innovations. You need to think about innovation culture. So this culture, how to involve everybody, how to share the knowledge, to use that later to implement some kind of innovations. And the innovation process comes next, this ID management, product development, and the launch itself. Later we will look at that, we will zoom in. And the enabling factors are all the processes, what's happening in organization. Everything should be in related and focus on innovation. And now about the three main things, what we need to keep in mind in innovation culture, like innovation preconditions. How do you think, what could be these three innovation preconditions that we need in innovation culture to succeed? How do you think? What kind of three things could be there? Just mention what kind of three things. You can mention even one thing. You don't need a list of three. Just mention what kind of things do you think is in this list of innovation preconditions. There are three. What are them? Thinking out of the box. Alex says, very good. What else? What's coming in your mind? Thinking out of the box. That is one thing. What do we need in innovation culture to succeed? Three simple things. Just three things. At the moment, we have this thinking about out of the box, like creativity part. Very good. I see that something is coming in the game. Support from leadership. That is also very good. We need people, brainstorm, and finances. Says Artem. Very good. Oh, yes. Mary, socializing a lot and sponsorship. Very interesting. Good. Continuous professional development. Yes, that is also very important. So if you have any kind of other things that you think, oh, that is a thing what we really need in innovation culture to succeed, just share that ID. And the moment I see that we have a lot of things related with humans, with creativity, with brainstorming, and our other side is going to this finances and support ecosystem. That is interesting. But let's see the main three simple things in innovation culture. In innovation culture that we need. It doesn't mean that other things are not important, but those are just three things, like basics of innovations in the company. If you have them, then you have something to start to work with. Oh, I see something else coming in the chat. Trust. We need a trust as in innovation culture, and we need unique marketing strategy. Okay, let's see what kind of innovation preconditions do we need to start this innovation culture, because indeed all the things that you have mentioned are important, but three basic things, without them there will be problems in innovation process. So let's see what kind of things do we need. According to Skazinski and his research team, we need just three things to start innovations in the companies. We need time and place, we need diverse thinking, and we need combination chemistry. And I think that we can put all the things what you have mentioned below these elements, and I will explain how and what are these elements in real life, because at the moment maybe it's hard to understand. So what it means that we need a time for innovations to succeed. In innovation culture, we need to give separate time for innovation management, for brainstorming, separate time for testing, separate time for experimentation. It should not be like do your job, everyday job, and if you have any kind of idea, then you can share with others. There will be very low opportunity that these new ideas will come, but if they will come, maybe these employees will not share these ideas with you, especially if they will be worthless. Maybe they will go away from your company and implement these ideas by themselves. But when you are giving the time and place to express these ideas, more ideas will stay with you in your company. So that is a secret that you can use, and many well-known innovative companies use this approach. They just give separate time for innovations for their employees. In that time, employees do not need to do their everyday jobs. They really just work with innovation cases. They share the knowledge. They go and to some kind of professional development courses in that time. But that is like separate time really to boost innovations. How much time do we need to devote for such kind of activities? Approximately 10 to 15%. That is like a basic percentage that innovative companies use. Like 3M, 15% low, Google, 10% for innovation activities, 20% for strategical innovation projects, and then the 70% for this everyday routine work for all the employees. So in these 10 or 15%, their employees then generate ideas, they meet each other, they share the knowledge, they learn new things, they experiment. 10 to 15% of the daily routines, it is pretty large number, it's not a low one. So not all the companies could allow something like that. In the Latvia, I don't know company that gives 10 to 15% from the employees everyday routines for innovation activities. If you know such kind of companies, please share that. I would be very happy to know that. Mostly what's happening in Latvia, for example, in our innovative companies, they know this rule. They understand that it is not possible to give 10 to 15% free for the employees to just brainstorm, share ideas, test ideas, and so on. They just give, for example, innovation day, innovation week, innovation championship. So one day is better than nothing. Like one day when employees do not do their everyday jobs, but when they are really come together, other departments are meeting each other, they are brainstorming ideas, they are trying maybe to prototype even these ideas in that one day. Other companies, this one day is, for example, in Cēsu beverages, in Cēsu alus. They have this one innovation day when all the employees come together, they could share all the beverage ideas, and for the rest of the year they have the ideas to implement, and it is enough for them and very good, so they could catch very innovative ideas for beverages. And in a lot of ideas that like products that we can see in the shelves of the shops are coming from these innovation days there in Cēsu. Then innovation championship, that is something what's happening in tech company. They have these design sprints for 1 or 2 weeks. In that time they brainstorm ideas, they also try to create the first prototypes, and in the end of the design sprint they present these ideas for the board. And from previous years, very good results. For example, out of 12 ideas, out of 9 ideas, the support goes not for 1 idea, but at least 6 ideas. So pretty good results there. If just in few weeks we can get 6 real technological innovations sometimes. So what I would like to say here, maybe you don't have the company at the moment, but when you will have your own companies, remember this law, just give the separate day when you say no everyday jobs at the moment. Let's brainstorm ideas, let's try to experiment, let's share the knowledge, and you will see what kind of benefit just from the one day. And then maybe 1 week, then you can go to the 10% of the daily routines. And yes, now what you can do if you are individual innovator, remember this, and when you need to create some kind of new ideas, you need to brainstorm, then you just exclude all the other activities and you say, okay, Friday evening from 6 o'clock till the evening, I will call my friends and we will generate ideas for the next unicorn of Latvia. And that Friday evening will be better than the hope, fingers crossed, that somewhere in between your studying processes you will catch this idea. You will increase your potential if you will do maybe that Friday event with your friends, like separate time and you are all really focus your thinking on the innovations. So that is something that you can keep from this one. And then the second thing, we have this time and place. We have also here 2 hours together approximately, and just empty place, even if it will be 2 weeks, will not create anything empty place. So we need to fill that place and time with humans, as you mentioned, people, humans, creativity. Yes, we need people. We need the team. What kind of team do we need? I cannot give you the checklist that you can need 2 ballerinas, 1 physician, 2 teachers, and that is a magical team of innovations. The magic word is diverse team. Diverse team is magic keyword here, because the biggest mistake for innovators and for the company is that they think, oh, we need product innovations. Okay, then product development and research department will work on that, only that department. Or we need marketing innovations. Okay, that is responsibility of marketing department, so only marketing specialists will generate those ideas. But based on innovation theory, the real radical innovations you can for more frequent when you invite people that are not specialists sometimes in the field, because those people have different kind of associations, they have different kind of knowledge, and sometimes they give unexpected contribution. And so what kind of team do you need at the moment when you are the startups or just thinking about your startups and you are out of ideas? Invite diverse crowd, analytical, creative thinking persons, people from different kind of levels, from different kind of organizations, people with and without experience in your field, people that understand technologies, people that understand the people, not technologies, different age persons, different kind of professional person. So that is the key, diversity. So diverse team could create amazing ideas. Maybe at the moment you think, I doubt that in aviation some kind of non-specialist could create some kind of radical innovations, but I think that we can find also in the different kind of industry the story that people without any kind of expertise have created really radical innovations. But let's try the small task. I have the activity with you all. Yes, I will share the activity and then I will share the story. So you can see the list of inventions. And now in the chat, I would like you to share your ideas. What kind of profession representative have invented these things? So for example, ballpoint pen. What kind of profession representative has invented ballpoint pen? Ballpoint pen. How do you think? What kind of professions comes in your mind when you think ballpoint pen? What kind of professional representative could you think about that? Let's see, writer, double writer, 3 times writer. We can see writer is now on the top of ballpoint pen. Let's see what kind of other things coming in your mind. At the moment, the writers are on the top, but maybe you have any kind of other ideas. Let's see, teachers, maybe teachers, according to Eurita, good. Journalists, good, very good. Do you have any other ideas? So, ballpoint pen. And what kind of profession representative has thought about ballpoint pen? Journalist, newspaper editor, very good. So, thank you very much for sharing your ideas about the inventors here. And journalist again, good. And we can go to the next one. That is safety razors, like safety razors, these Gillette. Safety razors. What kind of profession representative has invented safety razors? Barber, hair cutter. Good. What else? At the moment, barbers, hair cutters are coming in the game. You just name any kind of profession what comes in your mind. There are no points for right or wrong answers. You just share your opinion. And all the ideas are welcomed. Barber, doctor, very good. Are there any other ideas? Businessman, athletes, very good. Maybe other things are coming in your mind when you are thinking safety razor, Gillette. What kind of professional representative could invent that? I see some ideas are coming. I will wait for the woman beauty specialist. Is a professional. Oh, barber, hairdressers, men that are tired of cutting themselves. Okay, thank you for sharing your ideas. Let's go to the next word, color transparency film. The color transparency film, or the colorful photography, in other words. So what kind of professional representative could invent that? Let's wait for a few minutes, few seconds. And because innovation needs time, so we need to give you the time to write. So what kind of professions comes to your mind? Photographers, people that works in the film shops and reveal the film. Very good. What kind of other professions comes in your mind? Like colorful photography, this color transparency film. What kind of professions comes in your mind? Or at the moment I see that it's clearly like photographers. So, and while you are writing these answers, maybe I would like to ask you to think about next one. Automatical. Oh, Alina says physicist. Physicist could be the inventor of colorful transparency film. Very good. So next one is automatical telephone central. What kind of professional representative has invented automatic telephone central? So old days, how it happened, we called someone in the middle. There were people that connected us with our main target of our phone call. Nowadays we can just call and it becomes like automatical process. Who invented that? What kind of professional representative? Telephone operators are coming in the game pretty quickly. Travel agent. Oh my god, oh, that is amazing. Very good idea. What kind of other? You just mention any kind of professions that you know, that you think, oh, that could be true. Electrician. Yes, very good. So someone related with radios, also very believable. Yes, exactly. So just share ideas what comes in your mind. Housewives. Housewives could we invent automatic telephone centrals. Good. And let's switch to the next one. Later I will reveal answers that you understand. At the moment we just play the game of alternative history. And next one is parking meter, where we are just putting inside the money and our cars could stay safe there. Tesla drivers. Okay, interesting. Policemen again. For this one, parking meters goes good with police. I see that is like a match made in heaven. According, yes, 3 times police. So security guards, good. If you have any other ideas, you can. Businessman again, good. And yes, boogie businessman. And the government is the answer there. Good, so thank you for sharing. And the last one is pneumatic tire. How do you think, what kind of professional representative has invented pneumatic tire? Those are the tires that all cars, all bicycles have nowadays. Farmers, mechanics. Good. What kind of other ideas? Who could invent these, we can say, wheels of the nowadays? Military. Pirelli specialists for F1 industry, for example. Very good. Engineers are coming in the game. Very good. Do you have any other ideas? Just share them if you have any other ideas, other opinion. At the moment, very interesting game. From farmers to military, from Formula 1 to engineers. So we have everything here. So thank you very much for creating alternative history. So, and engineers are jumping in the game in the last minute. We have created alternative history. Let's look at the results. But this is just one side of history because it will be based on the patent office of USA. If you will Google, for example, ballpoint pen, safety erasers, you will notice that you will find many inventors of those things. Like first inventors. And that is logical, because when we will talk maybe a little bit about intellectual property rights, you will understand that intellectual property rights are not always like global. Mainly those are regional, and that is why sometimes the same invention could be in the one side of the globe and on the other side, but it's not always about like spying of ideas. Sometimes it's just happening naturally that in the same processes new resources are giving some kind of similar ideas for persons all around the world. And that's the reason why in many regions something the same is patented in the same time period. And this will be version of US patent. Let's see and reveal the answers. Oh, ballpoint pen was created by Sculpture Journalist Bureau. Very good. Someone mentioned journalists. Safety razors, traveling salesman, and there's a very well-known surnames. Gillette. Do you know Gillette? The Gillette company. I think that you know the Gillette company. I hope so. Yes, you're right that you know the Gillette company. That's good. So, Gillette, the main reason of that company was a traveling salesman. And he figured out that, okay, at the moment I'm selling the bottle corks. What kind of other things I could bring with me and people will buy it again and again. And somehow during this thinking processes, what kind of things he could sell to the people every time when he is going to the same city, he figured out that he could create these safety razors for men. A color transparency film, musicians. Automatical telephone central funeral house director. How funeral house director could get idea to create automatical telephone central? Do you have any kind of ideas of why funeral house director an idea automatical telephone central? What happened in between this funeral house director and automatical telephone central? So he had a lot of time to think. Oh, it could be true. It could be true, but maybe there are other versions. Why? What happened in between for funeral house director and automatical telephone central? What happened there in between? What? Because it's not traditional. Traditional like linkage there. How do you think? My first ideas were pretty dark ones. Too long to call for mortal. Okay, yes, that could be also true. What other ideas are coming in your mind? I see all ideas are mostly related, that there was something related with the time. It could be true, but even more true is that mail wasn't the fastest way to deliver the message of dead people. Oh, some kind of historical insight there. Very good. So the problem was telephone was pretty steady at that moment, but the problem was those persons in the middle, those connectors. One of the persons that worked there was the competitor's wife of Strongers. And so when anyone tried to call to Strongers, competitor's wife always connected that person not with Stronger but with her husband. So that was a problem, and he just figured out the way how to overcome that obstacle called competitor's wife in telephone central. So and nowadays, thanks to that, we have automatical telephone centrals. Our parking meter was created by journalist, book publisher, and pneumatic tires by veterinary. And if you can see, there is in the small letters written also very well known surname and company's name, Dunlop. Do you know such kind of company? Yes, no. somebody knows, somebody do not know such kind of company. Those who don't know that, you can just Google what it is. It is also a very innovative company. And this Dunlop was at the beginning the veterinary, and the moment how he thought about these pneumatic tires was pretty simple. He saw how his child is riding the bike, and he thought there's no amortization, and it is like very jumpy process, so there will be serious health issues after a short time period for the child. And so he thought, think how to make amortization, how to make it more flexible and so on. And step by step led to the patent for pneumatic tires for Dunlop. So that is how it was done in that case. In other cases, maybe the other versions. So how do you think what I wanted to say to you with this task? What is the hidden message? You can write in the chat, or you can just unmute yourself and say, what is a hidden message here? What I wanted to say to you all. So let's see, how do you catch the secret messages in the stories? Wait for your ideas in the chat. What was my hidden message with this task? What I wanted to say you. There could be several ones. What is a hidden message here? That innovation are being produced in the most surprising situation and jobs. Very good. Maybe something to add from others. Please just write that. This from the Mary. Very good. Yes, very good. What else coming from your side to help us understand that we can have most random arbitrary? Yes, you don't have to work in a specific place to invent something new. Very good. So, and something else coming. Well, I just want to observe how you are catching the secret messages from the stories. Okay. So the main, you have mentioned some of the main things. So two hidden message here. That really, it doesn't matter from what kind of specialty this person is coming. The person could contribute to the innovation processes, because sometimes it's really innovations are noticed by persons that are out of the play field, because they don't look at the film out of perspective. That's the reason why they could see those innovations others again do not see. And other thing what I want to say for you all, like motivational things, that you are capable to create innovation in any kind of field that you want. You just need to follow the innovation processes, and there are no limitations for that. Leading ladies, just leading ladies in innovations. You will find such kind of list of the innovations that have created $1 million for the company. Innovations that are created not by the board members, but by cleaning ladies. So, and that just shows that we have as humans no limitations to create innovations. You just need to create innovations. If you don't believe in yourself, believe in me. If I say you can't do it, you can do it. So, yeah. And there's one additional thing mentioned by Lilia. Seeing problems of people who even don't have the profession but have idea to help himself and then to others. Yes, that is also true. Thank you for sharing that. I hope that with this task you get and catch the message of that you can create anything, and please do not exclude any kind of people from innovation process because you think, oh, he's not specialist, he will not contribute to these processes. Maybe that is the person that you really need, the person that is out of the box, that is not really connected with your field. He or she will jump in the process, will reverse everything, and you will see absolutely other opportunities. So in the beginning, in the front end processes, it is not so risky. Just open maybe a little bit doors, invite others, share their ideas, and you will maybe find even better opportunities. And I would like to show that I also in my projects try to use this idea that we need separate time and we need diverse thinking. about this diverse thinking. Diverse thinking has helped me in so many innovation processes. I would like to say that my postdoctoral project with a pretty great funding was funded unexpectedly because I created absolutely new company without any kind of experience just for that project. From logical side, company without any kind of experience in researches and so on. But what I did, I put the pressure on this diverse thinking. I said that it will be absolutely new organization, but I get the support letters for so many diverse crowds. I get the support letters from 5 universities that said that they will support my project. I get support letter from 3 ministries. I get support letters from several big companies, smaller companies. And it showed that I have this team that's really great team, and that was the reason why I was funded in my postdoctoral research project. But also in business innovation project, I have used it a lot. Several years ago, I was manager of this project, Wild Candies. It was ESTLAT project. I was like a middle person between Estonian's company and Latvian's company. In Latvia, this company is very great in these aloe vera products. It is managed by Iveta Cirula. She is a great open innovation expert. And this other company is from Estonia, and they are pretty good in manufacturing different kind of goods out of the gold of the woods, I would like to say. So different kind of food supplements. And one of their this most innovative products is a chaga elixir. Do you know what is chaga? Chaga. What is chaga? Maybe write in the chat. What is chaga? Uga chaga. Not that, but chaga. Chaga. No, you don't know the gold of the woods in the Baltics then. If you do not know what is this chaga. Chaga. Anyone? Maybe someone knows what is chaga. Amber, mushroom. Anna says mushroom. Very good. Oh, Yurit also said from the berries and fruits we get chaga. Yeah, that's the other meaning of the chaga. In this case, from the woods, these are these mushrooms that are growing on the trees, on the birch trees. Those are, yes, tree mushrooms, exactly, birch tree mushrooms. And I didn't know before the project that such kind of thing exists. I thought that is decoration, but not something that is functional that we can eat. But there in Estonia, that they have discovered that is like superfood of Baltics. There are so many good things in that, like C vitamins, very high, and other vitamins and other things. So pretty great superfood. And in this case, why I'm talking that there are different kind of products in these different kind of companies, that was the reason why this project was supported, that there are diverse companies, enterprises involved. So please remember, when you are writing these cross-border innovation projects or with other partners, it is always good that these partners have some kind of skills, competencies that you are missing. Because as I said, Latvia's company, good in importing, not in exporting and manufacturing, but Estonian's company, manufacturing and exporting. Pretty different skill set there. That was the reason why the project get a lot of points in evaluations, get the funding. Next step. Again, we need diverse thinking because the main aim of the project was to create jelly candies with freeze-dried berries. So, and in that time, that was something unique. Nowadays maybe it's not so unique anymore, and we created like 6 versions of jelly candies, like gummy bears, and also like these marmalade candies, because those are both like below the jelly candy category, like gummy bears and the marmalades. That is a little bit something softer in this sugar. And board members voted, we will go with the marmalades. That is the best thing, but thanks to God, we were written in the project, we need to give for testing these candies. And the crowd said, no marmalades. Marmalades do not taste like something functional. We think that we are eating clearly just the sugar, nothing else. that of course was not the aim of the project, and the board understand, no, we need to go with a gummy bear type because the crowd really like that. Okay, diverse thinking helped us. Next thing was interesting about the logotypes. Logotypes, brand identity. There were 50 different kind of logotypes for this project, and the key idea was to create these candies vegan friendly, also without any kind of substances from animals. And we created these different kind of logotypes, and again, board says this is a real deal. We will take this logotype, nothing else. And that was like a deer head with big beautiful horns, like this Jugend style horns with berries in them, very beautiful purple color, very very tasty. And how do you think, when we gave for crowds to evaluate this logotype, what kind of associations, what kind of products they expected behind that logotype, like deer head with beautiful horns, berries in them? What kind of products comes in your mind when you are thinking about just a deer head? How do you think, what kind of products will be behind that? Let's wait, and then I will reveal answers from our research there. So something from the woods, something for hunting, very good. What comes in your mind? You just can name any kind of products. What comes in your mind? Deer head, when you think about deer head. Meat, very good. Meat, fur, yes. What else? Dead meat, yes. Very good. Something environmental friendly, something else are coming in game, very good. What else is coming in your mind? Okay, then I can reveal the answer. So the top 3 is, in the 3rd place in this diverse thinking association collection, 3rd place, Christmas, different kind of decorations, 3rd place. 2nd place was Jagermeister, this drink, and the 1st place was indeed meat, canned food, especially canned food. And you understand, if you would like to put this innovative product behind that logotype that will associate with the meat and canned food, and we would like to say, no, it's vegan friendly jelly candy, it doesn't match together. Of course, at the moment, these candies are not sold by this name. We sold these intellectual properties for the company in Singapore. They are producing these candies. So yes, but to get to that point, to sell these intellectual property rights, diverse thinking really helped to save the project several times. So maybe that is the reason why we need this diverse thinking, to look at your products, to your ideas for different perspectives. And I said that there are 3 factors. The first factor that we need in innovation culture is time, separate time. In that time, second thing what we need is diverse thinking persons. And the 3rd thing that we need, and it is mandatory to have that for innovation, combination chemistry. Combination chemistry means that we give the task for those persons to deal with. We give them methods for brainstorming, for innovation development. We try to motivate them, to stimulate them, to express their knowledge, to combine their ideas, because just this blue button or Zoom, 3 hours, for example, all of you together, because you are diverse crowd here, and silence. You have the first 2 things. You have the time and place. You have this potential diverse thinking, but if there will be no combination chemistry between you, there will be no innovations. So, and that's the reason why later, maybe today or in the next week, definitely, we will create these different kind of group, small group tasks. So you can start to network, you can start to generate ideas together, maybe some kind of combination chemistry miracles will happen, because you need to talk with others, you need to boost everybody all around you to create innovations by giving them methods, by giving them some kind of problems to solve, by making these processes. And this course in the next few days, when we will meet on Tuesdays, will be really devoted for this combination chemistry, what you need to do to become better combination chemist. So, and that is very important. I have been in several situations when there is the first two things executed perfectly. There is, for example, 4 hours to create new strategy for university. There are diverse crowd. There are university professors, alumni, students, professors, experts from the banks, enterprise owners, and others. Diverse crowd, fantastic opportunity. And then in these 4 hours, combination chemistry do not happen. There's one person that's all the time talking, and no discussions, no idea generations. And so after 4 hours, everybody are going just away and no strategy is created. So that's the reason why we need this combination chemistry. And let's see, do we have, yes, we have a small time till the break. I will try to give you a short test to test the combination chemistry. It will be video test. I hope that we will succeed. 1 second. So, can you see my screen? No. Just stopped. It is again inactive. So maybe let's take the break. Let's take the break 10 minutes, okay? Yes, you see it's the test. Yeah, at the moment it is stopped. I'm sorry. Maybe let's take a 10-minute break. Let's come back at 30 minutes past 5 and we will continue. Okay, now 10-minute break. Let's take 10-minute break and I will make everything clear here. So Yanis and Yelena, I will just close the presentation because again there is a situation that everything is just collapsed here. It's do not do anything anymore. I will just jump out and I will come back.
Okay, Elena, I see that you already have a moderator rights. Please try one more.
So Yelena, I am back. I will try to share the screen again because I would like to share the web page. But when I share the web page, then it just becomes inactive. I don't know why. I will try to do it again if you will give me the rights. So I would like to share the screen. Please web page. I will try to do it again. I hope that it will not collapse.
This is an awareness.
Yes, now it's okay. Now we are back. see that there's question. I have to go. Can I listen the next part later? Yes, of course, there will be a recording, and yeah, all the materials. Okay, let's continue. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Because I don't understand if my camera is working or not, because I can see myself, but I see that there is no blue button. Oh, you don't see me. Others? No. And what I can do there? I can't see, but you can see hear me. Okay, let's try. I will try then share with you the video test, and then maybe there will be some kind of miracles in the end. You can see my screen. That is the main thing. So let's continue in that kind of mode. I will share then with you the small video test. What you need to do, just listen in the video. Okay, let's try to do that. I hope that nothing will go wrong this time when I will share my screen. So can you see my screen? Please unmute yourself and just say yes, no, because I can't see you anymore. Can you see my screen? Yes.
Yes, we can see you, Elena. Everything is fine.
Okay, very good. So there will be, now you can see the monkey business illusion, yes?
Yes.
Okay, then now you see awareness test. Or not?
No.
Okay, then 1 second. 1 second, let's try to do that. It is a fun part to get the right video then. Now you can see the awareness test. Yes. Say yes. Say yes. All right in the chat? Yes. Awareness test there. Okay, I will just, I hope that there will be the sound from the video as well. Let's see.
Test.
Is there a sound?
How many passes does the team in white make?
Yes. Good. And what is the correct answer? I will just look then in the chat. What is the correct answer? How many passes did the team in the white made? How many passes?
Well,
10?
the video was kind of lagging, but 13.
30, but 13. Okay. Others? How many passes? Approximately 13. At the moment, one answer 13. Is it more or less than 13? 12. 12. One more answer is coming, 12. Others? How many passes?
11.
11. Good. We have 3 guesses at the moment. 11, 12, and 13. And in the chat, I see 12, 11, 10. Let's see the answer then.
The answer is 13.
Yes, the first answer was right.
But did you see the moonwalking bear?
Did you saw that? Or not?
Yes.
No. Oh, it's really lagging. Oh, but you can see that. Oh, there is coming the bear. Yes. Somebody saw the bear coming or not? I understand that I will not give you the second part of the test because I saw that it's really lagging. I don't know why these videos, but yeah, so this is the reason why we need the team, because team could notice, someone in team will just focus on this counting how many passes the team makes. For example, other teammates could go and look how what are these other things. What are these other things? What's happening in the video that are not these passes to each other? So that is the reason why we need this combination chemistry between team members to see the whole field of the game and count all the things what we need to count, see all the possibilities that are coming, everything what is changing, all these monkeys or bears that are coming in the game. Yes. Oh, one of the persons is very creative. Lilia says that she saw that thought that it is one of the team's members from the team Black. Good. That is a great thinking by seeing these same things but in a different kind of way. So I see that somehow the webcam is not starting. I don't know why, but if there is a sound and you can see my screen, then we continue. And yes, the next thing I saw that we need this combination chemistry between you all, and that is the reason we will create breakout rooms. And in the breakout rooms, you will try to invent the new candy bar. You can choose whatever candy bar you like in your team, Mars, Snickers, Milky Way, Bounty, or others. Choose one. And then by trend swatching method, you will try to find this improved product innovation ideas for that candy bar. How it works. For example, I would like to reinvent the Snicker. And then I will go and spin the wheel, and based on what I have spinned there, I will create IDs. So 1 second, I will share with you all the small gift that I have created for you all. That is this trend watching methods board, challenge the borders with these trends, what is happening all around the world. So I will share it. At the moment, you can see my screen with big wheel. Yes, with different kind of trends on that. I hope so. And what's happening? I will put you in the breakout rooms. You choose your favorite candy bar. My favorite candy bar could be Snickers, for example. Then I spin the wheel. You spin the wheel, you get some kind of trend. Ooh, I need to create sustainability or something in the long shot. So then I think, okay, it's Snickers. Snickers. What kind of more sustainable things I could include in the Snickers? So maybe I can create the packing out of mushrooms for Snickers. Maybe I could create the Snickers manufacturing, like zero waste manufacturing there. Maybe product itself could be grown in some kind of sustainable way, all these nuts and things in them. So what kind of things are coming in your mind when you think Snickers and more sustainable product? Pepper packing. Oh, the pepper packing could be even, yes, simple thing, but really will make the difference. So what other things are coming in your mind? Snickers and sustainability. Are there anything happening in your heads when you hear something like that? Snickers and sustainability. Basically, this is a thing that you will try to do in the breakout room for next only 5 minutes. You will be for 5 minutes in your breakout rooms. I will put now in the chat the link to the wheel. Please copy this wheel link, because in the team, then you spin the wheel in the team. You talk with each other. Choose one candy bar, Snickers, Mars, whatever. And then based on the trend that you have seen there, just write down as many ideas as you can. And after 5 minutes, you will come back and share these ideas. I will ask for all the teams to share ideas. So, I think we energy for producing it makes Snickers more innovative. Very good. So please, from the chat, at the moment, copy the link. And then I will create breakout rooms. Maybe not for 5 minutes. I will create it for 10 minutes, so you can reach each other or call each other. You can spin the wheel several times. Don't need to use all the friends you have having if you do not make any kind of ideas for your team, spin it again and spin it again. So, I have created 5 rooms. You will work in 5 rooms. And I will open them now, but please copy the link. So in the team, you can just open the wheel, spin the wheel, and invent one of the candy bar that you like with some kind of innovation. Is it clear what you need to do? If I will hear notes, horrifying sounds, I will understand that you understand everything, and I will open the rooms. Okay, I will open the rooms. You will be in the room maybe with people that you don't know, but it's amazing because you know that innovations are happening between diverse thinking persons in this combination chemistry. So I hope that you will come back after 10 minutes with innovations for the new candy bars. So I will open the room, just join them. So there should be the possibility to join the room. Is it true or not? So do you have possibility to join the rooms or not? Just open the rooms. I hope that everything is fine. You just need to join your group discussion. I see that many of you are in the group, so those who are not in the rooms, please jump in them. Yanis and Yelena, maybe we can try to do something with my camera, because at the moment this button is inactive, this video button for me. I don't know why. I came in and it is, I can see that my camera is working because my video is here, but I see that button is not blue, it is black, and others do not see me. Is it true?
Elena, yes, I cannot see you. Maybe you can jump out of the conference and rejoin.
Yes, but then the breakout rooms will be still here. I hope so.
I hope, yes, because administrators both are here also.
Oh, okay. Then I jump out and fingers crossed.
Yes, we can try in such way.
Let's try to do that. I think now everything is fine. You can see me, yeah?
Yes, we see you.
I see that there are some problems to get in the rooms. Maybe Yelena, Jans, maybe you can help to get in the rooms, because everybody are divided in the groups, and there should be somewhere the message. How it looks like from the student side, I don't know. Maybe Yelena and Janis, maybe you know.
I don't see the options how I can do, how I can help to concrete people to join the room. And you organize joining for the rooms. I think I cannot do it myself.
Okay. So can you give me back this administration rights to manage the presentation and rooms and everything? Yes, Anna, if you cannot join your room, you can make your own ID. So everybody, if you are here and you did not manage to join your group, that is very good ID from Anna. You can just copy that link and you can create your own IDs for any kind of Snicker bars, candy bars that you really like. Okay, I will again share maybe the link to this board. You can spin the wheel, find some kind of trend, and based on the trend, you can create some kind of innovative ID. So I see that we are back. Is it true that we are back with amazing innovation ideas for candy bars? It could be true. So for maybe team members, if you are ready to share any ideas, uh, by just saying them, your mic is open. So you can share ideas if you want, just by saying them. If you don't want to speak, I'll allow also the publish ideas in the chat. But I see, Mary, you are ready?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, my group, are you here to present our ideas of the statements?
Yes.
Yes, we are here, three of us.
Oh, good, great.
So,
Please, your IDs.
Alexei, could you talk about your idea of the give the product asceticism, sensuality, or sophistication?
Yeah, the idea of the bar is to call the free bite of peace. With the first bite, you donated 10% of the cost of this bar to the World Peace Organization. With the second bar, you donate 10% of the cost of the bar to the African poor countries for the food, to helping the children. And third bite will be able to compare the cost of the product. Yeah.
Wow, great ideas. Did you get manage to create also other ideas, or this was the main idea?
The ladies will continue, please.
Okay, I'll talk about my point. My point was statement 16, create a product in partnership or become an expert in a new field. So I thought about that. It says to become an expert in a new field, and you need to bring innovations in this, of course. And because we've got these peas bar, and the main intention is the bar is not only food, and that we can create innovations and to make changes in our company, and not only be connected to food companies and only kind of like food related things, but also make sponsorships for schools and students to be open to new projects that are connected to lots and lots of professions and jobs and projects altogether.
Very good. So thank you very much, team, for sharing detailed ideas. So I think there is some kind of innovation sparkle. Yes, Ferrandis?
I also the member of this great team, so I would like to share my team members. They help me also with my statement. Statement number 6: use game elements. So my idea is to create education process as the game, like a PlayStation. It is better. It's more interesting. It will motivate students. For example, if we have some something like who will be fast in doing this mathematical task, and we will have like all techniques for the PlayStation, but we can do it as a as an education. So we will just take a game elements from Minecraft or other popular games and use it to motivate our students in terms of who will be fast, who can do this one. We have 2 teams, you have all PlayStation techniques, so please go and do it and take your knowledge. The same like games.
Okay, very good. So switching to other thing, not to the candy bars, but very good. Thank you very much for sharing this. Other teams, any teams ready to share their ideas, please? The mic is opened. You can unmute yourself, or you can write in the chat if you don't want to.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, team.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, we can hear you.
Me, on behalf of our group, there are 3 other members. So we spin the roulette and we got the question, predict and respond to the customer needs. For that, we have some ideas. So in the case of chocolate, the taste and health-related considerations have been added to the list of factors that influence the chocolate consumer behavior. The type of chocolate consumed is influenced by the product attributes, which are classified as the fair trade and packaging, organic packaging, and the brand, even the country of origin of the product. And while we still want our chocolates to be treated, there is a growing demand for healthier alternatives. This means more dark chocolate with less sugar and a higher cocoa percentage. As consumers become more health conscious, this trend is expected to accelerate.
Wow, and you had only 10 minutes to create this idea. Okay, unbelievable skills for both first two teams. Other teams, do you have any also surprises? So anyone willing to share, please? Anna, please. Yes.
So I was doing on my own, and I've got the 16th, and it says create a product in partnership or become an expert in a new field. So one of my favorite sweets, I guess, is Kinder Maxi King, and I really like it, but I'm lactose intolerant. And if I would have ability, I would create a partnership with some kind of vegan product like Balsoya or Oatly, and they make oat soya rice drinks for people like me or like vegans. So if I will be able, I would create a partnership with some of those brands, so me or vegan people can enjoy our favorite sweets without regretting on the toilet.
Okay, so again, very good that this innovation idea is based on problem that you really relate with. So good, thank you for that. Oh, Sergis, you got an idea. Good, so please share that.
So it's rather than a chocolate bar. It's basically a metallic chocolate holder. I mean, you know how you have issues with plastic and other kind of things. So basically, all you have to insert your metallic chocolate holder in a dispenser, and the way it works is it fills your chocolate holder, and you basically have a chocolate bar inside. I mean, it wouldn't be a really comfortable, if I had to say, but it's basically it basically replaces all plastic um, candy bars. I mean wrappings, and it would be a pretty great way to save some materials. Yeah,
And it sounds very exclusive as well.
yeah.
Like
I got a bit nervous, so yeah.
Good. So thank you for sharing this idea. Other teams, do you have any ideas that you would like to share? Like really hot ideas? Anyone, please? You can unmute yourself. You can just write in the chat. Anyone?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, please, Kasper.
It's not a hot idea. I'm just going with the simple one. So basically, we had two ideas. Number 12, create a distinct premium or popular product. So basically, if we take Snickers to make a popular product, the similar one, Snickers is not vegan product. Simply make it vegan. That's easy. Or a distinct premium product could be Snickers based on peanuts, basically make a new brand of peanuts. That's it. And we took also number 4 for simplifying it. Take it back to the classics, back to the 90s, make the Snickers packaging look like the real OG, let's say like that. Make it paper packaging, so basically good for environment as well. And that's it. So yeah.
Very good. And you know the saying, oh, genius is simple.
Yeah.
So there is a truth. not always we need to add something to create innovation. Sometimes we just erase, exclude something from the product, and we get something extraordinary and new in the product. So when you exclude something, that could also lead to the innovations. Thank you. Other ideas are left behind the curtains that you would like to share? Anyone, please? Floor is yours. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so but if you have an idea and you would like to share that, just write in the chat. But I will try quickly to share with you what is innovation process in our last minutes together today. So don't worry, we are going quickly to the end. Lilia, you have something to say?
Yes, I'm sorry, my laptop just died, so I checked in with my phone, so I lost something.
Okay, I'm happy that you are back despite all the problems. That is
my laptop's fan just died, so it's gonna be needed to replace.
Okay, sorry for that.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And as I said, we will just jump in the question about innovation process. And maybe we'll continue that next time. Absolutely, we will continue that next time because we will work with knowledge management, this new product development. So we need to understand this innovation process, why it is so important. And this is the most simplified innovation process from Innovation House. Do you remember the Innovation House? The innovation life cycle was named ID management, development process, and launch improvements. This is the most simplified version. Maybe in the future, I will show you this Salomon model that is one of the complex innovation process models and other models as well. But I think that we will start with the simplest model because it gives the basic understanding about the main steps. And then we can split it in smaller parts and make it wiser. But this is simple enough, good enough, and comes from the Innovation House that we started to talk about today. And it starts with ID management, then comes development process of IDs, and then launch of innovations. And ID management is ID generation, ID evaluation. This is my favorite part of innovations because all my researches and practical work is devoted to ID management, to create new ideation methods, to create new evaluation methods. I hope that next time we will try some of these ID management methods, how to get to some kind of new product ID with ID management. And in ID generation, we need to keep in mind that, yes, there are different kind of methods that we can use to generate IDs. I know that in the end of our lectures, there will be one wonderful global expert of brainstorming for you. So he will show these methods, especially, but during these lectures, I will also show you some small methods that you can use. And in brainstorming, you should not be always alone. It is always better and more fruitful to create ideas in the team. Because remember, combination chemistry between diverse thinking persons, that is about this part, ID generation. After you had this great number of ideas, you need to evaluate these ideas. And for that, again, you use some kind of methods. Because just to say yes, no for that idea, if you are in the team, it is a very sensitive process, and you need to use some kind of more objective criteria to evaluate these ideas. But we will talk about that also in the next few times when we will meet. And about ID management, what other wise men have said. I have found these few quotes about ID management, and I think will show you maybe some kind of practical also insight in ID management. Like Linus Pauling has said that the way to get good ID is to get lot of IDs and throw the bad ones away. But you see that he says that we need a lot of IDs, and then only then we start to throw all the IDs away. We do not evaluate in the beginning, we evaluate at the end, and that is pretty smart quote from Linus Pauling. But Steve Jobs says one quote that shows the importance of this culture of innovation, because he says that, but innovation comes from people meeting up in the hallways and calling each other at 10:30 at night with a new idea and because they realized something that shut the holes in how we have been thinking about the problem. So he understands that this it's important to share these ideas, and these ideas could come from unexpected people, from unexpected processes, and in unexpected times as well. So all the time, then think about an idea management. At the beginning, we need to generate a lot of ideas, and then we start evaluate ideas. Those are two main parts. We will talk about that. Practically, we will try that also in next times. This method, trends watching wheel or challenging on the borders that I shared with you, that is also idea generation method that you can use to develop new products. So just keep save that link, that is gift for you. Next thing, about stealing of ideas, I will show you how to steal ideas next time. That will be just a teaser that I will show you how to steal ideas. Yes, how to legally do that, to generate innovations, not innovations. So that will be not illegal. I will show legal way how to get inspiration. There will be tricks. So come next time and you will see what we will do with that. But just to end and show you the whole process. So everything starts with idea management, generation, evaluation of ideas. We select the best idea, for example, and we put that in development processes. Development processes could be pretty different for diverse innovations. But what kind of things we can see here? Research. Maybe we should research business potential for the idea. Maybe we need to research some kind of technical things about innovation, some kind of elements and such kind of things. So in development processes happening all the research process that we need to do to create the way for the product itself and for the business. If we talk about business innovations, then you need to establish your intellectual property rights. So sometimes people lose this part. It is not mandatory, but it is wise that if you find something really unique through these research processes, that you can patent that thing or to get this design mark or something like that, this intellectual property rights. Because just an idea without any sketches, without any kind of visualization, such kind of ideas are not safe. Only when you draw that idea, when you have some kind of prototype, then it is something that we can start to protect. So that is important to remember. Then we can start to prototype everything. Nowadays is a trend, fast and dirty prototyping. It means very fast prototypes from very simple materials. Maybe that will show just the design, not the functionalities, and then we can go to the alpha, beta, and other prototypes. But as fast as you can, you should prototype. My advice is and in ideation, you start to evaluate ideas when you just start to create first dirty prototypes to get further. Then implementation planning. You start to think about how you will get the value out of your ideas. You create these marketing strategies and how you will launch everything. Then maybe you need just to improve your technological solution, because while you are creating something, you will reveal some kind of minuses in your solution. So also all the time you are improving that, and in the end, in the successful testing, you can later launch everything. And the launch is the last step. But before that, about development process steps, what kind of good quotes practical I have found there. David Ogilvy says, never stop testing, and you advertise will never stop improving. But here I see this very important thing about the testing. Design thinking, all these new methods, not new methods, but like STAR methods at the moment, all methods advise to test prototype as fast as possible. And I absolutely agree that we need to test not only when we are creating something, but also after the implementation. We continue to test everything to improve it, because those could be improved innovations later. And Eric Rice have said, building the right product requires systematical and relentless testing. That vision to discover which elements of it are brilliant and which are crazy ones. Yes, the testing, and development process. Very logical. Sometimes you need some kind of researchers, sometimes don't. Sometimes there are just 2 prototypes, sometimes there will be 10 or 11 prototypes. For medical devices, I have teams that have created 24 prototypes during 1 year, just like version 2, version 3, version. But there are some prototypes for teams that create something much simpler, just alpha beta prototype, and they are jumping in the market and everything is fine. It depends what kind of product do you have, how many prototypes do you need, how much time for the testing. But there is value in prototyping and testing. And in the end, you develop this idea, you test it, you understand now it's fine, we can give it for others. Now is the last step. You launch and implement this idea in real life by giving it this value for these end users. And for the launch, there are so many strategies how to can go in your local markets, in international markets. But here at the moment, in the last minutes, I would like to just remind you that all the time, also after the launch, the innovative companies will always continue the improvement process because it allows you to create next like improved innovations. You remember that innovation is not always something extraordinary new. Innovation could be something significantly improved, and these improvements after the launch allows you to find these potential improvements. And just to give you some advices, what kind of solutions could help you to launch your ideas faster, maybe if you are out of money. There are so many of these crowdfunding portals. We will talk about them also in the last lecture. But I think that these crowdfunding portals are also great for inspiration to see these projects that are seeking for money. Not only Kickstarter that is well known, but GoFundMe, Crowdfunder, Crowdcube, Seeders, CrowdRise. In Latvia, we have also our own crowdfunding platform. It is projektubanka.lv. But I have observed that there we can get fast money for culture innovations, cultural projects, cultural innovations for movies, for example, Criminalis Excellence Fund, the movie that was famous Latvia, collected the money there in Project Banka. But also for business projects, you can get the money. I have the experience with students that have submitted their projects there and get the funding out of that. But of course, that is not so advanced like in these international crowdfunding platforms. So that is just additional thing where you can look at and get the inspiration. Maybe later you understand, okay, I'm also ready to jump in this opportunity. But please, before you are submitting your project there, observe what kind of processes you need to go through to get the funding later. Because sometimes there are teams that collect the funding, reach this number, but then they figure out there are such kind of money they should give away for that, and in that they understand that is not what leads to do. So just later research all these platforms when you are able, when you are ready to maybe participate in these platforms as a seeker. And for the launch, let's end with Henry Ford. Legend of innovations that market is never saturated with the good product, but very quickly saturated with the bad ones. So please remember that innovation is infinite improvement process. All time provide us opportunities to make these good and better products in the end. So maybe during this week or the next meeting, try to get this inspiration from this innovation project. And next time we will try to create maybe together some kind of new products. And let's look at how we can attract external knowledge to our projects. So that's all my side today. I would like to say thank you very much, everybody, for I would like to say for active involvement, for this learning. It's active learning with you all. So thank you very much for that. I hope that you will come here next time also. And next time I will try to do what I like best, the ID management part, where you run a project. So those methods that can really put in the world to find new products, or you can use those methods to push your ideas to the next level. So that is my promise for the next time. So thank you very much, everybody. Let's meet next week. Oh, bye-bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the lecture. Have a great evening. Okay, stay safe. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you again. Have a good week.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Bye.
So thank you very much. So Elena and Jens, thank you very much. I will
Thank you very much, Alina.
and
Bye
thank
bye.
you very much, everybody. Bye-bye. Good evening.
Bye bye.
You are currently the only person in this conference. You are currently the only person in this conference.